We are going to be breaking down the 15th episode of Attack on Titan, titled Soul Salvation, which also happens to be the penultimate episode of the season. This was a flashback episode that followed a young Zeke and his parents when they lived in the barrio. The episode also finally revealed about Zeke and Eren's plan, which all interlinks to Zeke's childhood. As last week's episode ended with Zeke being captured on the back of a truck by Levi, we got to see a small flashback of him playing ball with an unnamed character, which we got to know more about in this week's episode. As we got to look at the young Zeke alongside his mother and father outside the barrio, we were given another taste of how hard life is for the Eldians. They were treated terribly in this one scene where a Marley threw water at them and referred to them as trash. This resulted in Grisha's animosity to come flying out once again, swearing to save Eldians from this systematic hatred. This all links with Season 3's flashback episodes, where we got to know about Grisha's first life and his time in Marley. The parents seek this revenge through their own son, Zeke, who they put in training to choose a successor for the new Titan. In the few scenes that we got to see at the training zone, Zeke resembled Reiner in the sense that he was too right at the back of his class and the weakest of the lot. He seemed to have a lot of willpower, but none of that was being put to use, given the added pressure and impossible expectations of his father, who, as we all know, was very terrible and cruel towards his own son. Another interesting scene showed the difference in Grisha's beliefs compared to that of his own father's. When Zeke's parents used to go out to scheme and plot as part of the Eldian restorationists, a young Zeke would learn about the history of Eldia through his grandparents. One such instance had them teach Zeke the history of Lagos, which saw the Titans wipe out tens of thousands of innocent people, being one of the big reasons for the hatred towards Eldians. But later on, we saw Grisha teach the exact same thing to his kids. He simply stated it to be a myth, and that this was one of the many lies made up by the Marleyans. This little plot in the episode further burdened Zeke, since he himself did not know who to follow. He was trying to become a Titan, all for his parents, who were simply using him as a pawn in their master plan to save the Eldians. But as we saw people write of Zeke from becoming a possible warrior candidate, Tom Xaver, who was the current Beast Titan at the time, acted like a father figure to Zeke. Tom Xaver has been seen before in the show, appearing alongside Zeke's grandparents when Zeke ratted out his parents in Season 3. This was quite brilliant storytelling once again from Izumaya, showing how rich and well planned the entire story is, panning out every single detail, even years before it comes into fruition. What was truly the most entertaining part of the episode was seeing Zeke and Xaver play ball. Finally, an answer to the year-old question about the Beast Titan's powers. Do the Beast Titans just have a knack for being great pitchers? Or was Zeke a former Major League Baseball player in his time? Turns out this was how he bonded with Xaver, a man who he thought as a father figure. One of the sadder parts of the episode revolved around Zeke just wanting to spend time with his father. He would go and complete his warrior training for his parents, and in his free time, study about history of their people, not really getting any real time with his parents or to be a child. In one of the scenes, Grisha and Dina came to see him practice and were shocked to see him at the back of the line. His selfish dad threw a huge fit about his son not being good enough and how this would completely ruin their entire plan. Another part of the episode also linked up to big part of Season 3 Marley flashbacks. Zeke ratting out his parents. The young kid heard voices around saying that the owl was not far from being caught and any restorationist being involved would be caught. Zeke ultimately wanted to protect his parents, so he tried to tell them to lay low for a while, which was not met with much praise. Grisha shouted back at him, saying that he would die for the cause if he had to. He was so devoted to his plan that he did not realize what this would do to his son. If caught, the entire family, including Zeke, would be created into Titans and sent to Paradise to live out their lives as crawling beasts until one of them eventually ends up eating Eren's mom in front of him. Too soon? Yeah, thought so. At this moment of time, Zeke's sought comfort from the only person he really trusted at the time, Tom Xaver. Zeke decided to let Xaver in on his big secret, which completely shocked the current Beast Titan. He told him that he would be killed since the Marleyans were not far from finding out the truth. He told him that his only choice was to rat out his parents to the police, thus saving himself in the process. As shocked as he was, this was what had to be done. Zeke ratted out his parents against his wishes, but it meant he would live to see another day. We finally got some idea why Zeke did what he did, and cannot help but feel sympathy for him after all. One of the key talking points of this episode came from a discussion between Zeke and Xaver, which basically has created this whole ongoing war in Paradise in the first place. The plan that sucked Eren into plotting with Yelena and Zeke was finally revealed. The episode is rightfully titled Soul Salvation, since Zeke's plan, which originated from Xaver, is indeed the Eldian soul salvation. Xaver told Zeke the story of how a dangerous pandemic completely disappeared out of Eldia, since the Emperor used the power of the founding Titan to change the body composition of the people to adapt to the sickness. Zeke then remembered the conversation at the start of the episode with the rude Marleyan, who told his family that they should be forbidden from having children. In the heat of the moment, he simply said that maybe if the founding Titan changed the body composition of all the Eldians to stop making babies, there would be no more Titans for 100 years. This one key information about the body structure has basically answered their whole plan in a matter of seconds. We knew that Eren would not simply turn into a cold and calculated genocidal maniac for no reason, but the solution is truly horrifying. If everything goes according to their plan, our current lead protagonist will be the last race of Eldians, since the power of the founding Titan with that of royal blood can make this change and basically end the whole race. A truly disturbing end to this story, given how badly their race has been treated. After Zeke suggested this to Xaver, he was quite shocked and taken aback for a moment, but saw some logic in the plan. This gave us another quick flashback to Xaver's life, which was truly haunting. He told Zeke that he used to hide the fact that he was an Eldian, and even got married to a Marleyan and raised a son with her. But once she found out about his race, she killed herself and her boy. Xaver thought that never being born is the only solution for Eldians, since most of them lead terrible lives and could be killed anytime. If it meant that the human race could be saved, this should be done at any cost. This is when Xaver told Zeke that he needs to find someone loyal who he can trust, which took us straight to a flashback with Reiner and Bertold as they told Zeke about Eren, who Zeke found out was his long-lost brother. He thought that Eren needed to be saved from their father, since he himself had a terrible upbringing, which also led him to telling Eren that he would save him on the battlefield. This full circle is exactly why we love this show so much. Just like the Season 3 flashback, the show has dropped us with some major shockers, probably even hinting at how the end of the show will look like. This all culminated in the one flashback scene we have all been waiting for, the talk between the two brothers. As Zeke met Eren and Marley, Eren had already told about the plan to euthanize all the Eldians. Eren went on to talk about inheriting his father's memories and learning about how he killed the entire royal bloodline, including the innocent children, since his father believed to be the only way Eldians could survive. Eren knows that euthanization of the Eldians is what is needed, so he agreed to the plan. Now the ending left us in a cliffhanger, showing Zeke in present day, breaking off the shackles Levi tied him in, and probably converting into his Beast Titan form. This episode leaves us with so many new questions that we cannot wait for the finale. Now, since Zeke's plan actually seems to make sense, what will Paradis and the other Eldians make of it once they find out about the end goal? Since Levi and the others have no idea about this plan, may actually benefit them all. Their reluctance will be as strong as ever, with the huge army of the Jaegerists slowly piling up, with the Beast Titan and the Founding Titan close. The finale promised to reunite these people as they try to end the race once and for all. The interesting takeaway is that we ourselves are at a crossroad. In the earlier seasons, we saw Reiner and the Titans as nothing but enemies who needed to be wiped out. But this season has basically changed the entire game, with flashbacks introducing introducing a new point of view, which may actually make sense to a few. As much as we love seeing Levi tear apart the beast over and over again, we cannot help but think that their plan may actually help solve the Titan issue. What do you think is going to happen in the next week's finale? Will the power of the founding Titan be witnessed for the first time? Or will Mikasa, Armin, and the others stop Eren and Zeke from their plan? Please comment down your theories below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time on Anime Breakdown.